we died. We're back. We're back. I went to the hospital. I drink water, please. Apparently I didn't. And so I you know, I don't know. Anyway, um obligatory segue. You know what kind of water you shouldn't drink? Gamer water.
More importantly, gamer girl water. That shit nasty. I also heard there's no traces of actual DNA in it, so it could be perfectly fine.
Yeah, there wasn't somebody
Not
gonna
that I
sue
want to
her?
find out.
Wasn't somebody gonna sue her for that? And then, like,
Um,
being the Chad that person was, they didn't.
well, no, it's on her store. I believe it says that don't drink it. It's just for sentimental value. Um, I believe that is its exact words.
It just makes me think you have it on like a pedestal, like the Timmy Turner's dad. This is where my trophy would be.
Yeah, yeah. I heard there's no traces of DNA in it. And also, speaking of Belle Delphine, I believe that's how you say her last name there. But yeah, she got banned off Instagram, I believe. I think she still has everything else, but I think a ton of people just reported her for nudity, even though I don't think she necessarily does
Does
nudity.
Instagram have a
I don't
policy
know.
against nudity? I thought they were kind of like open to
I
whatever. I don't use Inst.
yeah,
I have like an account, but I don't use it.
I'm not an Instagram user either. That's just from what I've heard. So I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I
I
could be
don't.
right.
I
Who
mean,
knows?
I would expect there's like a lot of nudity on there though, because there's the whole Instagram model. I mean, that's got to be at least
I
partial nudity.
I think it's just mostly lewd.
Yeah, I can see it. I can
Like
see just like a
I think it's like
collection.
DM me and then you get
Like
pictures.
kick DMs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Just go be horny and you'll have a prostitute. There you go.
Well, that's not legal here.
Just get a
It's called
girlfriend,
just beat
nerds.
it.
Yeah, just get a girlfriend, nerds. Dude,
As
okay,
the great past Logan would say, the post-nut clarity is the best kind of clarity.
rest in peace, Logan. He's always in.
Yeah, everyone else is dead.
Yeah.
It's just us now. We probably will just
I
be us.
shot them with the gun. I didn't actually go to the hospital. I went to jail. He's alive. I don't know how Jaden survived, but next time I get another gun, maybe.
Great Lord Jesus saved me.
You prayed to Christ and he saved your soul from my bullet.
I mean,
My-
so he's done worse, I'm sure.
He died for his sins, and that's just one of them, I guess. What was I gonna say? I don't even remember. You talked about Jesus Christ, and my mind's off bathwater now.
Well, yeah, he cleanses you.
He cleanses
you know?
our sins. Now I'm ready to sin again. Holy water is just Jesus's bathwater. Just wanted to say that.
Is that why you don't drink it? You're only dipped in it?
Yeah, that's why.
Isn't that what they do?
No, I'm not baptized.
You're
I am
not?
of Christian. Well, I don't know, some sort of God religion, and I am not baptized. The amount of scrutiny my parents have heard about that, just because they just never got around to it. It's almost like I almost died at birth, so they had to like have me in a hospital.
Yeah, good luck in hell. I'm going straight up.
No, it's gonna be
I
hot.
had the water like dipped on my head or something like that. Now I'm going
I'll
to
just do it
heaven.
when I'm older and just get thrown in a lake.
I don't think they just have a lake full of
They
holy
do.
water.
No, it's just they do the thing on your head. They do the forehead cross, and they go like and they throw you in a lake.
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
I've been to one. My nieces. And I don't remember a lake being involved.
Well, yeah, because it's only if you're older, because they figured they can't just dunk you in water. That's like a form of torture.
Well, they didn't just dunk her in water either. They just kind of like wet their hand and I don't know, rubbed it on her. I don't know.
I don't know.
Kind of weird. That sounds weird, but I think that's what they did.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna schedule my own baptism. You're like, yo, priest, I'm feeling a little unholy. Y'all
mean, you
wanna
gotta imagine.
cleanse me?
Like a church can't really have that much business going on the daily. Like everyone
get,
goes
like,
on Sunday, of
donations.
course, but yeah, but it's like Sunday, isn't it? Like every Sunday morning you go. For Christian.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't go to church.
So like, what do they? What is like? Do priests have normal jobs throughout the rest of the day? Like
Yeah,
the rest of the week?
usually. I mean, heck, the one I knew, he was just a construction worker on the side, and it's like that's such a weird, correlation, building faith in God, but also building buildings. Um, it's
Well,
weird.
you gotta build churches.
He builds more churches to have more construction worker priests. He's building an army. He's building his army.
He's the smartest man.
He's the engineer from Team Fortress 2.
He's giving jobs. He's praising the Lord. He's building churches.
What more could you want from a man? God.
Sounds like the most like 1800s America.
Sounds like a Grinder description.
What, you've used Grinder before?
I have used Christian Mingle, not of my own choice. Martin, God bless his soul, he's dead. He made me a Christian Mingle account, and I still get emails to this day. He made me gay on a Christian Mingle account, though. I don't. And
Well,
but
that
I
was
get
back
only
before
women.
the Pope said it was all right.
But I still get only women. So I think to try to like cleanse the sin in gays, apparently, because Christians, I don't know. They kind of decided, yeah, we'll just make it so even if you choose gay, you'll get women, so you'll be straight again.
Did the Pope ever even come out and say like being homophobic or being homosexual is all right?
I have no idea. I don't follow anything.
Because I heard he did like back when it was like gay marriage was legal in America, but like I've never seen a post about it.
The only thing I've seen about him is when MatPat gave him Undertale, and he's like, video games are bad, like the week after. He was like, yeah, this is bad. I mean, I can imagine.
Undertale is kind of a complex game. Like,
It is, like,
it's
for someone who doesn't...
very easy visuals and gameplay, but it's pretty complex.
Like, why wouldn't you give him, like,
So-
Mario? Like, something...
Give him Minecraft.
Yeah,
Minecraft is
yeah.
so peaceful.
You give him a game that is... You have to give him a game that is void of, like, political or emotional, like, conflict. Because the thing is, like, oh, you give him Undertale. Like, yeah, there's no political undertones. There might be. I don't know. Maybe Sans is Obama. But, like... You give him a game that has, like, emotional undertones and literally demons and monsters, and you kind of get to this, like, maybe you shouldn't give the guy who's representing God the game that you could kill everyone in. You know, like, just give him, like, Minecraft and set it to peaceful. And you can run around and build things and have fun. And then, you know...
Yeah.
Or, like,
Yeah.
Mario. Jump over things and save people, be a hero. No, you gotta give them Undertale.
You kind of kill other people. in
But
Mario,
they're
like Goombas
evil.
and stuff. Yeah, but like,
At least in Undertale, it's not like, they're... I don't know, Undertale's weird. Because...
the Underlords.
Yeah, it's monsters. It's literally, you're in the underworld. That's a no-no to the
Yeah, I mean-
Christians.
I think, especially with the rise of Minecraft, you guys gaining more popularity again.
I don't know. Right?
It really is, a very peaceful and simple game. They're adding a lot more complex stuff to it,
Yeah,
which
that's...
isn't terrible. Makes it more game-like instead of like, I guess, an experience.
Yeah, Minecraft definitely has gone in a weird direction. I, personally... I'm not a fan of Notch anymore, but I kind of liked his vision for what the game would have been. Not saying what it is now is bad. I obviously still enjoy playing the game. I played it today. But, I think the adventure update, when they added health, or added hunger and XP and all that, it made it to RPG, which Minecraft was never an
Yeah.
RPG. It was something kind of its own thing, right? And then they kind of made it this, like, RPG. Yeah, they didn't add any skills and all that, which I think is good. But I do think there's some, like, weird mechanics, like the conduit. Like, what in God's name is even on with that? It's so weird to build, and it doesn't even, like, feel like it's in the art style of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there. I don't know.
Doesn't he not like the new updates? Like, Notch just says they're terrible.
He had said that. But then apparently he made a tweet recently saying that he rewatched PewDiePie's Minecraft and was like, "Man, I'm really happy with all the stuff they've added." And so it's like, okay, you make up your mind, you know? What are
Probably
you
just didn't like it
doing?
because he didn't make it. It
Yeah.
was kind of his thing.
I feel bad for the guy, honestly. Like, I have a hard time. Yeah, you say dumb things, you're gonna get you're gonna get the scrutiny for saying them. But when you have that much money and you have no more passion in anything, like, yeah, I remember him saying he was gonna start some projects, but obviously they failed, so it just kind of makes me feel even worse for him because he's has unlimited money, no passion, and like no family. So he's just existing to die, sort of, you know?
Hmm.
And that's a sad life. So I could understand how you could start saying some dumb stuff. Not that I'm defending him, but like, you could say some dumb stuff, and I will give him a chance to come back if he actually changed. However, it takes a lot to change. So I don't think he's going for it, personally.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people want to be at the top. They want to be the top seller. They want to have all this money,
That's not the
but they
place
never
to
really
be.
think of where to go
Yeah.
after.
No, it's
Like,
it's
yeah, you can have a nice house, a nice car, but like, I think I think I speak for both of us here, but we don't need that stuff. I know we don't have that stuff now. I don't think we're gonna have that stuff in the future.
no.
I mean,
There's no reason to. Like, why would I want a big house? Yeah. What? I'm not gonna have a big family. I'm not a party person. I'm a very internalized person. I like
haha,
working.
you're a nerd.
Shut up. Shut up, Dad. Anyway, we work on our projects to have fun. I mean, I do is literally as much as possible. Probably doesn't help that it probably caused some of the hospital stuff because I kind of overwork myself sometimes. But I with our backup band project, which may
Mhm.
never see the light of day, but it might. We're always working on music or drawing something for it. For the longest time, we had storyboards for it, which may or may not still happen. We don't know. We're not trying to confirm anything. Not that the two of you listening are gonna be like, "Whoa, man, I'm so hyped for backup band." It might come. It's a musical project that we want to do, but who knows?
Yeah, it's been a lot of things. It's been like an animation. It's been
It started out
webcomic. It's
as
been
it started out as a real band, but we were like 14 and didn't know anything about music. None of us owned an instrument,
yeah.
except for Martin. And so we then moved it to a webcomic, a 4-panel webcomic, which was kind of inspired by Cocodope's early 4 comics, or 4 panels. And we did some of that, kind of fell out of it. Then we were gonna make it a game.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were gonna make it a game at some point. I think the game was after the webcomic. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went back to webcomic, and we did the
Mhm.
story one, which you can see on Webtoons. Actually, you can see both of them on Webtoons. They're on top of each other. I can put that in the description as well. But you can see the early comic kind of followed the story that we had. We did it so terribly. We were writing it as I was drawing it. I was drawing it while doing college and school. I was drawing it twice a week, and it was killing me. Anyway, then we went back to the game, I think.
Yes.
And then we went to animation. And then we kind of took a break from anything and decided we should probably do real music. And
Yeah.
now I have like a guitar, a ukulele, he's got a bass. We're amassing instruments. So
Yeah. I mean, the only thing we really don't have is drums. I mean, a lot of the stuff we did just with storyboarding and everything. It was very much just. I don't want to be that guy, but a lot of projects just end up as one person doing most of the work, or something like that. So as we'd go on, we'd pick up people who would help us out, and we'd lose people who would help us out. It's not always their choice that they don't get to help out or not, but they have other things that happen in their life that they have to move on.
yeah.
So it generally ends up being just us two, just like this lovely podcast here today. So it's like, you know, we try to push through. We don't want to be popular. We don't want to be big, or we don't want to be any of that. We just want to do something we enjoy and hopefully have other people enjoy too.
Mm. You always imagine, especially when thinking about music, because the idea of being an indie person who's just barely making it doesn't usually come to your mind when you're thinking of a musician. You know, whenever you think of a musician, you think of like the dude who brings and plays Wonderwall at a party, or the guy who is like, you know, famous and has way too much money for his own good. And honestly, I would love to just break even with anything.
Mhm.
I'm very hesitant to open commissions for my art. Anyone who's here from my Twitter, you notice I just do raffles and stuff because I do legitimately feel bad about taking money from people usually. And I'm still a minor. I don't like that idea of people paying me for services that, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's a weird thing. But being able to, anyway, what I was trying to say is being able to break even from anything I was doing, game development, art, music, whatever, would be amazing. I don't want to be rich, just enough to be alive.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, sometimes the idea of being just, striving for that next paycheck is almost like I want to be there because then I can see what I can do in desperate time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Obviously, mentally, I shouldn't want to be there because it can be very stressful. But it's like I do want to, like I said, I want to do something. I want to put something out there. So.
And maybe we will. Who knows? It's
Yeah.
all on the horizon.
Yeah,
I'm talking
now
loud, so my mic's kind of clipping. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things are changing in our lives. We're high school graduates.
Whoa. Yeah.
We're living the big world. We're big boys now.
We're gonna become
We're gonna have more
people.
time.
We're gonna become great people. And maybe, or maybe not. Maybe just end up in the hospital again. But, who knows?
Well,
if
that
we end up
happens
there
too.
again, I guarantee it'll because of substance abuse. But
Definitely, the morphine addiction that we all have
we just
really
haven't
hitting us
awoken
hard.
it yet. I think everybody has a morphine addiction. Nobody's awoken it yet. You guys really gotta
Exactly.
try it.
Exactly. Just a little hit on the inner elbow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gets you woke.
Gets you woke, fam. I never understood the woke culture. I'm not. I mean, like I said, I'm not into politics. I used to be, and I lost friends, and then now I'm not. It's dumb. Don't be into politics, kids, unless you want to be a politician. In which case, follow your dreams. I don't know. The whole idea of woke. It's like, oh, the government's lying to us, and it's like, dude, I don't think you really had to be woke to see that one. I think
I
that's
thought
just...
being woke was just like smoking dope.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. It is really just being... Whoa. Being high.
I actually saw something on one of my coworkers' Snapchat story where they were talking about like, oh, I'm so drunk right now. Like, that's all they do. They smoke weed and they get drunk. How fun can your life be that those are your only two hobbies?
I have a family member, a close family member who is similar to that. You gotta drink to be fun, and it's like I pride myself. I've never drank. I'm 17. I'm legal. I'm cool. None of you kids are like me. I've never smoked either. So I don't know. I guess I'm happy with the fact that I can enjoy myself for the most part without needing to be not in it. I've gone through enough things that I haven't been in it to know that I want to be in it. Does that make sense? I hate the feeling of being out of it. Being drunk, I can't even imagine. I'm not saying I won't ever drink. I'm not some Puritan. But,
That's if your liver allows you.
I do have liver issues. That is true. Actually, it's getting better, I think.
That's good.
So, who knows? I'm not gonna get in detail about my medical history. I'm just gonna keep joking about how I was in the hospital. That'll be my own joke.
Just like the woke culture, as you say. Like I mean, do they? I'm not. I don't even know if they refer to themselves as that woke anymore. I think it's more like lit, which is another one that's old. So I don't know what they refer to themselves as now.
I think they just refer to themselves as Zoomers.
I don't think that's a thing you want to be referred to as.
Dude, I want to go fast. Dude, if somebody walked up to me on the street and was like, "You Zoomer," I would like wet. My eyes would be so like ecstatic, like my facial expression. I don't think you'd comprehend how happy I'd be. I'd be like, "Yes, I want to be a Zoomer. That is exactly what I want to be." And I can't wait to be associated with the Fortnite kids when I grow up. Ah, the Fortnite generation of Zoomers.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I can't wait.
technically, are we a generation above or are we the same generation?
We are Zoomers technically. Well, it's weird. Okay, Well, Generation Z is usually like I think it's like 2003 onwards, but Generation X or Y, whatever one was before us, Millennials, right?
Yeah,
That's like
millennials.
98. I think it stops. So we are in the gap. We're both born in 2001. We are in the gap. I don't know what happens to us.
I think we are just Generation Z.
Do you think because heaven is too crowded, they put each generation in their own heaven?
You know, that's a question that's a little bit above my pay grade.
We can ask Jesus.
Do you have his phone number?
No, but when I get baptized, I'll ask him.
So, on the chart here, Zennials are 1975 to 1985.
Zennial?
The Millennials, 1980 to 1994. iGen and Gen Z is 1995 to 2012. Then the next gen, iGen, I guess, is one of them. That's us as well.
Oh, is it like the iPod thing?
I'm guessing.
Oh, that's terrible.
Android users squad up.
You were like an Android user since like a year ago.
Not even. Probably a few months. The next generation, I'm kind of jealous. They're Generation Alpha. Like,
that's pretty cool. I'll give
the
him that.
fucking Chads, dude.
Dude, kill me and reborn me now. I'll be an alpha.
It is till 2025. That is true. The oldest age today is 6 years old. I think.
What? The oldest age is 6 years old. What?
To the Generation Alpha.
Oh, man.
They started in 2013, so.
Man, what legends? Imagine
Oh my
being
God.
Generation Alpha. What is it gonna go beta? Is that the restart?
I feel bad for anyone born in Generation Beta.
Alpha
But,
Chads.
What the generation between 1890 and 1915 is called the Lost Generation. Probably because they're all dead.
No, they're also old. They're blind though. They're lost.
Yeah, the youngest one is 104
Ouch.
mathematically.
Mathematically. Now they're lost because
Yeah.
they're trying to find their way across America. Wait, no, that's the 1700s. I am way.
That's a little bit before.
Yeah. Look, I didn't exactly ace history class.
Man.
I did.
You know, there's a lot of cool games that are set in like the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Like-
no, Halo's in 25. That's Halo's like 500 years in the future. God, what
Yeah.
game isn't like Overwatch in 2050?
I wasn't talking about 2050, but it could be. I was talking about 1950.
Oh.
Like
Never
LA
mind.
Noir.
Oh, yeah.
I've
That's
been playing a lot
pretty
of that. That's really fun. Haven't beat it yet, but that's really fun. I even though it came out in like 2010 probably, and I just started playing the remaster. Technically TF2 isn't that in like the 60s?
It is in the 60s and 70s. I always forget it is. We've been playing a lot of Team Fortress 2. This is a very good game.
That game and Minecraft, the two older games that are kind of coming back.
I hope TF2 comes back because then maybe the devs will update it and they won't need to feel sad about life.
Well, I mean it's had like pretty big player jumps, hasn't
It jumps. It hits its lows and highs pretty kind of all over the place. It's really weird, some like today it could hit 30,000, which is obnoxiously low, but then tomorrow it could hit 100K, which is like its peak. And it's like, okay, why? No, doesn't make any sense. Just sometimes people like to play TF2.
Yeah, it could be like the older people that want to play it again for nostalgia or just to booted up, and it could also be it is probably the biggest free-to-play game on Steam still. Maybe
Yeah.
other than like Unturned.
I think Dota 2 is
I
big.
forgot about Dota 2.
Oh,
I don't
CS:GO
play
is free
Dota.
too.
Is it?
Yeah, they got free
I
once
thought
they
it was
did
20
their,
bucks.
It turned free when they did their battle royale, their red zone or danger
I
zone.
thought it just the battle royale was free, and the
I
game was still money.
believe the whole game is now free. Which, you know, I don't know. I don't like CS:GO. My opinion, right? You know, I'm not gonna stop anyone from playing it. If you're gonna play CS:GO, you like the tacticality of it. Play Siege. Just play Siege. If you're not playing CS:GO for the tacticality, you're playing it because it's fast. Play TF2. It's the same engine.
Yeah,
It's
it is free now.
actually has character. I don't know.
Do I get anything because I paid for it?
I have no idea. I have not booted the game since like 2015.
Apparently, you now get a CS:GO Prime status upgrade, which is $15, which is cheaper than what I bought the game for.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Whoa. I know.
Honestly, if you see, I'm a big yes, no, I'm a big person in the whole, especially for indie games. You don't sell multiplayer games at anywhere near a high price because that's not how you get players. Like, yeah, you know, you get the Battlefields. Yeah, you have to sell them for like $60 a copy to make coffee. $60 a copy for profit or whatever the thing is, you know, whatever. But like, there was some game on Steam. It was like the Animal Royale game, right? It's a 2D battle royale game that, you know, it's just like the generic top-down, kind of like the Cyanide and Happiness one. But it costs $15. Every review for the game is overwhelming. This is great. It's an amazing game. But there's no players because it's $15. You need 100 players to start the match, and it's not made by a big company. So, nobody buys it. You know, didn't get much advertising. It died. Can't buy it now. You're not going to find a match. It just kind of got boring and stale. And, you know, if they would have made it like $1 or free and just added some cosmetic stuff that everybody buys, people eat that stuff up. I know, because I'm one of them. You know?
There's a lot of free games I feel like we've tried just because they're free.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, you really grasp onto free games. Or cheap games, like, you know, less than $5, or especially on Steam, less than $20, because that's usually what you buy, is like $20 cards at the store. If you're our age and you don't, you know.
Oh, I have a card.
I don't have a job. Anyway. You know, if you buy $20 cards, games under 20 are just generally easier. You don't have to buy 2 cards. You know, if it's a $30 game, Lord knows it's going to take a little bit to buy it because you're buying at weird intervals. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, at least with me, if I play a free-to-play game, more than likely, doesn't matter how much time, I'll go and spend $20 on cosmetics. Yeah. Just because I'm like, oh, the game's free, I can drop some money on it. So, and that's without Steam tax, I believe. The cosmetics? Yeah. That's in-game purchase?
I don't know how the Steam tax works.
Well, I guess it'd be different, because if it's its own interface rather than the Steam one, I guess Steam would still tax it. I don't think they'd take the same cut.
They
so
took
who knows?
A very weird cut for the cosmetics.
I don't know how the DLC works.
I know on the Steam Marketplace they take like a really low percent, like a 3% cut of every transaction. But at the same time, it's like Steam money, so is it like how are they getting profit from that? I have no idea.
Because Steam money's just real money.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's already on my account. I already gave it to them. If I buy this dude's item, like, why do I have to give them? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just giving them more. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't work at Valve.
I remember when I was 2013 is when I got TF2. It's just a long time ago now. Thinking about it, that was 6 years ago. I found the community market. Your friend showed me the community market, and I was like, okay, cool. You know, I don't really know what's going on. I'm a 12-year-old boy, so I would open it and I'd be like, whoa, look at all these cool items. And I remember looking at what are the bear claws for heavy?
The warrior spirit.
Warrior spirit. I remember looking at it and being like, whoa, like I want these. I'm like, that looks cool. Why are they $3? I don't know. I'll just buy them. I had like a professional kill streak warrior spirit for like the longest time, just thinking it's a normal item. And I spent way too much money on it. And I did that a couple times because I didn't know what I was doing. I also bought
Yeah.
I bought hats on there, and I was like, wait, once I learned about trading, and then my mind was blown. I was like, wait, I don't have to spend $3 for every hat I want. I can just trade for it, like an actual person with a brain.
Yeah, I was always too afraid to use the market. Nowadays, I'm like, oh, I guess I can check there if other trading sites don't have anything for Team Fortress 2. So, I was just like, well, it costs money. Unless I'm selling an item that I got, like my Steam cards or selling something like that, then I might buy something. But I didn't really interact with it too much because
I
scary.
used to a lot. When I would often when I was a kid, hey Dad, can you buy me a Steam card? And then I'd spend it on keys. I wouldn't open crates because I'd use a TF2 Mart back in the old days when it was like such a really early website. You can use it, anyone who doesn't know, TF2 Mart, it's just like an easy trading site. You put in a card or you put in an item, it gives you points, and then you can use the points for any item they have in their inventory. So I'd often just buy a few keys and then trade them in for a bunch of cosmetics. But TF2 Mart taxes it slightly. All of your items are worth slightly what they're actually worth. So I just constantly slowly lose profit and then need to restock and then slowly lose profit again. Like I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna trade these 5 keys. Whoa, look at all these items that are all slightly worth less than 5 keys. And then I trade those items for slightly less than what they were worth, and it just goes down. I'm like, man, where did all my inventory go? I don't know where it went.
Mm-hmm.
I lost everything. Weird. Yeah. Hey, Dad.
Yeah, I always would amass Steam cards, so I'd always try to find those people who are like, buying Steam cards for scrap, and then I'd take the scrap and usually try to make refs out of it, and then yeah, after that I'd try to get cosmetics, but I always overpaid.
Yeah.
Like, they'd be like, oh, I'm trading this item for 1 ref, and I'd be like, well, because I'm so nice, here have 2 refs, just because you're so good. And then I would lose out. I was never big on the trading thing, so.
Didn't that just happen like an hour ago?
It did. It did.
You were trying to trade for a hat, and you're like, here's a little extra for you. Like 3 times. You wrote that. Sending a trade offers. You're like, here's a little extra for you.
Well, I don't want them to decline me.
Well, yeah, just pay them what they want and then, like, give them a weapon and be like, look, it's a little bit higher.
Oh, yeah, you 2 of these bad boys, you can get a scrap.
Now, hear me out. A little more of them. You might have yourself a ref there.
Just keep working at it, bud. Like,
Keep up.
I mean, it was like, if they're like, oh, I want 12 ref and 12.33 ref, I'm just gonna give you an extra ref. I'm not gonna go in my inventory and break it down. I'm too lazy for that.
Stocks, right?
That's where they make their money. For lazy people like me. I'm like,
Yeah.
just take it.
Or like all the, there was all those guides that everybody used to try to follow back in the day. It was like the scrap too unusual. You get some people who actually did it really well, but what you do is you buy craft hats. Craft hats were always worth a certain price because you can craft them in your inventory for that much metal. Say where they were worth. So essentially you'd say, hey, I'm buying a craft hat for like 1.33 ref, I think the price was, or whatever. It's never changed. You'd buy it, people would be like, okay, I'll take that. Or you get them, you get all your craft hats. And then you'd be like, alright, hey, I'm selling these hats for 1.55 ref, or like, or like, 2 ref. And you just slightly oversell everything. To the point where you're like, you're kind of just tricking people. Is all
Kind of akin to real life. Oversell your talents until you actually, fit the role.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pretty much.
as you want to do that, make more money.
Make money. Get a big house. Get a good car.
Become Notch.
Become Notch and want to die and want to kill trans people.
Is that what he said?
I don't know. I don't think he wants to kill them, but he probably He might. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I remember that now.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
like
yeah.
trans. So,
Yeah.
Hatsune Miku made Minecraft.
Yeah, I totally forgot that, they just erased him, which is kind of weird. I feel like it's kind of fraudulent, but he did sell it, so they can't
Yeah,
really do anything about it.
they can't do anything. It's just kind of like, okay, I guess that happened. Because, I'm not political, like I said earlier, but I do kind of believe everyone deserves a chance at everything. Don't really understand why anyone's saying in their brain, now gay people? Nah, that ain't right. And then treat them like subhumans. Don't get it, but I guess it's not my realm of
Man, we're
expertise.
just rolling in circles, going back to the 60s now.
Yeah, there we go. That was gays and
Complete the
blacks.
circuit.
That was gays and blacks. That
Yeah.
was that was everyone. Man, would it be nice to be a white then? No, wait. This is gonna be all taken out of context.
I know.
And not done
Your
very well.
entire career.
Everything's gone. I'm about to lose. I'm about to keep losing followers. It's weird. I always lose like a couple followers a day, and then I wake up and they're all like back with one more.
Well, then
It's-
because they have like those add-ons that
Yeah.
auto
The
unfollow.
auto unfollow after not posting after like a couple days, and it's like, why? I just been slow. I went to the hospital, man. Come on, just give me a week to recuperate.
They want their content and they want it now.
I want my furry.
Bro, I'm literally shaking right now.
Bro, if you don't draw me a funny animal, man, I'm about to start crying. That's how it be.
Yeah.
That's how it be.
I just find it humorous whenever you draw a Humie. It gets so much less like recognition.
God, yeah. Like the I mean, no, again, no, nothing against anyone. I like to look for trends in my art. Obviously, like I posted some drawing of Elliot right after I did my human man, and I posted a drawing of Kai, my kangaroo guy, like right before. And the drawing of Elliot got like 30 likes. I'm like, okay, it's a little below average, but I'm not really in it for the likes, so whatever. And then the drawing of Kai got like 700. And maybe he's just a better drawing, but I don't know. Yeah, I see a
Yeah,
correlation.
it is just the demographic. Not that
It
it's
is.
anything bad, like you
No,
said.
it's almost like on Tumblr, I tag everything with furry. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even say I'm associated with furry fandom. I don't even really care for any of that. I stay out of it. I follow my artists who I think draw cool animal people. And then I draw cool animal people. Whoops, I'm dropping stuff, sorry. Anyway, yeah. And, I don't care for suiting. I think sometimes they can look kind of cool, but I would never go to a con because I feel like it'd just be a bunch of I don't know anyone. I don't have any artists friends or furry friends. I hate that because I don't like being associated, but here I am being associated, so don't have any of those friends. I feel like I just wander around a con and be really awkward, and it'd be a waste of time. So I don't go.
From my experiences of working at the grand place of Chuck E. Cheese, being in any kind of suit, it's fucking hot.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Some of them
I
have
have to
like
do a lot of
built-in
stuff
AC.
in it. That is true. Some of them have that. But like, it just seems unpleasant. I get it, but like, I guess I'd see suiting as more of a collector's kind of thing, rather than actually using it.
It's more of like an expression thing. Like I don't even have like a persona. Like as I said, I'm pretty detached from it. I don't have anything against the community. I think it's kind of an entertaining community, but I'm pretty detached from it. And so having like the persona and having like the suit is the whole like expression of yourself in your truest form, but at the same time, I guess just be yourself normally. I don't know. It's not something I know too much about. I mean, you could say my little green guy Isaac is a persona, because I use him to represent myself in any pictures. But would, venture to say differently because he's a character. I made him up to just be a character. He's his own thing. I just use him to represent my account as a whole, I suppose. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
No, I do find that kind of interesting because sometimes people will draw like characters, and no one will relate it to personas. But everyone would be like, "Oh, you draw the furry character, your persona." Where like you could, if it, for example, Elliot, as you brought up, he's just a person. If you drew him, I'm pretty sure no one would be like, "That's your persona."
Yeah, they would just be like, "Oh, he's just a character." But the moment I'm like, I had someone ask me on my Curious Cat about my persona or what he represents, and I'm like, who? Oh, yeah, the one I use in literally every profile picture and banner and icon. Yeah, him. No, he's not that. But
Just a character.
It's just a character. I mean, heck,
Backup band world.
Yeah, he's part of backup band. I've thought about making something to identify as, just like I think my idea for a while was just a dog with sunglasses. Just like a real dog, not a anthro dog. But I never got around to it. I might make an icon or something someday, because if Backup Band ever goes and does his own thing, I don't want to be associated with Isaac like that. I don't want him as my profile picture. So, not really not into it. I guess he's his own thing. As Backup Band is its own project.
As on top of many other projects.
There's many things, like Gun Night, and other game that I don't have a name for, and the other game that we don't have a name for. There's a lot of them. Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
Sometimes talking on the internet takes responsibility over those things.
Sometimes talking on the internet takes exactly 42 minutes and 20 seconds on Audacity.
Oh man.
Which is how long this recording is for me.
Mine's like 10 seconds less somehow.
Because I probably started recording early.
That is the only way.
Yeah, obviously. And guess what? I'm gonna stop recording faster than you. I'm ending the
you're
podcast.
Not. No.
The podcast is now over.
Is it just me now?
This is the end card.
This is. Dude, I love end cards.
Yeah. This takes place a second after. I'm just gonna cut it by like a second. Welcome to the magic world of editing. I'm spoiling the magic. It's over. Leave.
You mean editing's not magic?
Turn off the video.
You don't gotta be so firm.